go. Hey.
There it is. Come on.
Hello, hello.
Technical
Welcome.
difficulties.
Yes, of course. Wouldn't
Come
be
on.
a wouldn't be a Sunday evening without any technical difficulties.
But the Lord makes a way.
Always. Always. Well, we can wait just a little bit longer.
Mhm.
Um, how's your Sunday going?
It was good. Services was good, blessed and highly favored out here.
Yes, I love those glasses.
I love your hair today. You better show out.
Ooh, thank you, thank you. I'm having me and my hair are having a moment. We're like trying to figure each other out again.
Mo, what's up?
All righty, we'll give it just a couple more minutes, see who pops on, and then we'll get to going, get to talking. Hello, hello.
Hey, hey.
Hi, Beatrice.
That's our girl.
Yes. Legacy, legacy, legacy.
Talk to him. Okay. Yep, got my little devices set up too. We're gonna be good.
All right, we're just gonna give it a few minutes, see if we can get any more people on.
Because they might have the same technological difficulties.
And also just not even remembering because it is a Sunday afternoon.
I'm excited for us building this routine though. Sundays.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. I'm excited to teach a little bit. Because this will be saved, and then we'll use clips from this too. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So this will be good for, I think, for people to just know more about. So, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and start. I'll introduce myself, and then you introduce yourself. So I'm Dr. Tamia Crawford. I'm a physical therapist and performance coach. I am located in. Hello, welcome in. I am
Hey.
located in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I currently run a cash-based business out of a sports performance facility, and also in collaboration with my husband, we own a basketball club where we train and do performance coaching for youth basketball players and professional basketball players. And go ahead.
Yeah. And then I am Dr. Kanasha Grady. I am currently based out of Los Angeles. My primary facility right now is an outpatient slash early intervention pediatric clinic. We're seeing anyone from 0 to 21, just because we even work sometimes in the school, but primarily I'm seeing my 0 to 3 year olds. So looking to get that pediatric specialty soon. My background too, I have a degree in athletic training. So I try to be like Dr. Tamia and go to the gym and work with some athletes every now and then. And pretty much at this point, instead of using just my athletic training degree, I use the DPT as well. It's like a little mix of both now. So most of it is with the kids.
That's awesome. That's awesome to have an athletic training degree and then go into pediatrics. We're going to talk about that. We're going to hit on that but first and foremost, that we are with the American Academy of Physical Therapy, and today is the first episode of a series that we want to start called The Bridge, which is to bridge across generations. The legacy of AAPT is so vast, where it started in 1989, and we'll go into detail of this, but today's conversation is going to be just to discuss the history of AAPT, to share the organization's like why AAPT matters even to this day, and then to encourage more engagement and membership into the organization, because this organization is very, very dear to me, and I'm just so happy that Kenosha, being a little bit more new, is just willing to help and assist with this conversation. So welcome everyone in, and let's get started. Kenosha, I want you to start with telling us about your journey into physical therapy first before we go dive into the AAPT, and what inspired you to become a physical therapist.
Yeah. So the pronunciation I gotta hit you with is Kanasha.
Kanasha, I'm
I
sorry.
know, I know. We did it at
I
APTA.
actually
Like we got up
know.
in there. We were practicing. I swear.
And then I know a Keosha, so it's just like my
It be
brain.
mixing. It be
Yes,
mixing. It be mixing. But don't
yes,
worry, y'all.
Kanasha.
We didn't put this in. That just helps us get into our current roles. Like that's why we get to be member
Yes.
chair and co-chair out here because we working through our things.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But
Initially for me, I think as a lot of us as physical therapists get into, I was into athletics, and my mom is a nurse. And so just being a Black mother, her biggest thing is having backups and not allowing us to only think about sports. And so she talked to me about sports medicine, and I just happened to get hurt and learn about athletic training and physical therapy. And outside of my mother, it was good to have a Black woman in healthcare that I met along the way. An athletic trainer by the name of Karina, who actually ended up being one of my bridesmaids at my wedding, um, got me into the world of what it means to be in sports medicine. And then just learning more about physical therapy itself through my own personal injury, and getting to see a Black physical therapist do something that I didn't even know was possible, was an amazing field and learning segment in that. And then because I had gotten hurt, I started to actually hear my mother's voice more of, okay, what if, what's your backup plan, and all of those things. So learning about what that process would be, or how can I go be the same doctor of physical therapy they are, or working with athletes the same way she was. So it gave me a moment of a realization, and then like, oh, I could do this too. So I think all overall it was just one, having the insight of an athlete on my own and seeing what it looked like when people were taking care of me, and then two, seeing people who looked like me do the job. So I wanted to learn more and see what that looked like. And so I'm gonna have to give it back over to you. What got you into this? The
So
why.
hello, everyone that joined. So what my why behind physical therapy is a little different. I was always a nerd. I was always a math and science kid, and so I was always just like, well, I'm probably going to end up going somewhere in the medical field, just because everybody kind of always was like, you're so smart, and da 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 da, and it just kind of like set it up for me in a sense.
Smart.
And I am so blessed to be from a community of doctors and lawyers and people, who
Hmm.
I was able to see look like me, be and it exposed me vastly to different professions. But one of my best friends when I went to college, her dad was a doctor, and then my other best friend, her dad was he always said that his physical therapist was the reason he was able to walk again, and that always just stuck with me. And so when I went to the University of Central Arkansas, I didn't know I wanted to be a physical therapist to my second senior year. So it took some time, because if I was like, oh, I'm going to be a medical doctor, then I was like, and then my other best friend, the one that dad was a doctor, was like, no, I think you'd really enjoy physical therapy. So I went and I observed, and I was like, you know what? This looks like something I would really enjoy. And so then that's when I was like, let me just look into it. Let me apply. I prayed and I was like, God, if I get in, then this is what you want me to do. And that's exactly what happened. And so it was a little unorthodox. I did not, yes, just a little bit unorthodox, but I do think that we both have, you having a mom, I think that is how we can really pivot into, someone who you knew who was in healthcare, and I knew a couple of people in healthcare. And then that's pretty much what AAPT was for me when I got into physical therapy school,
Hmm.
is seeing that legacy and meeting people who had done physical therapy before. And it just like opened my eyes. So the very first person, I will say this, Lisa Van Hoos was the first person I met in the AAPT, and I will talk more about this later, but that's who introduced me to AAPT. And then Rob Tillman, the current president, is who became my mentor. And so that's where I want to kind of pivot towards kind of the
Hmm.
history of AAPT and why AAPT was founded.
Hmm.
So I got this information. I've been able to go to a few different conferences and speak with a few different people, but mainly just listening to podcasts and talk and listening to YouTube channels, and just like really doing the history and research on like the founding of the organization.
Hmm.
Besides just talking, and one of the biggest things was it was the needs of minorities and Black physical therapists were not being met, and the
Yeah.
AAPT was just integral in beginning it from having different organizations that would meet in the national, so the national APTA that would go and they would meet. But then once there was a pivotal moment that happened that really kind of, they just knew like we had to start this for
We have
ourselves.
to.
We have to. And so you can continue a little bit too if you want to want to go.
Oh yeah. Oh man. So I think the biggest thing for us was wanting to see more of our culture, right? And so being able to, like you said, talk to founders who are still alive today. Beatrice is a living legend. We'll talk about her very soon. Um, but just noticing the need that they saw in the community they already created, right? We seek to network. So they had networked at the state level, even just little small connections between Texas, Chicago, Atlanta, and then needing to see more of us in leadership roles. And when moments of those opportunities came and went, it was enough. We have to decide what we are going to do and how we can kind of connect there. And so to see them go about it in a way that was so professional. They connected with APTA. APTA recognized what AAPT meant for the culture and wanted to be a part of that. But because they couldn't fill that need on their own, decided to go ahead and opt in, I'd say,
Right,
to
right.
allowing this connection, right? And so
Yes.
AAPT for us, by us, but with cultivation of hoping that we're, partnering with people who are also um, trying to be allies. And
Hmm.
so I think that connection was the biggest piece of what AAPT was able to do. Not only recognize it amongst ourselves that we need this, but tell other people around that already are established that we need this.
Yes, yes, and that's essentially why I wanted to start the conversation too, because anytime I talk to someone, they're like, "I've never heard of AAPT," or I want to just really dive into like, man, this organization has been in existence since 1989, and what they were, I guess, the things that they were fighting for in
Yeah.
1989. So leadership, but also the students, helping students come into as physical therapists, because back in 1989, I'm sure it was much less, because we're at what, 4% of us now. And
Mm.
so in 1989, it was much less, probably 2% of Black physical
Yeah.
therapists. And so a lot of the people at that time were the first.
Hmm.
When we'll talk about that a little bit more, but the first of many things, the first establishing, and that's what I just am, every time I think about APT, I'm like, man, the fact that they just went to bat and they did it and they started it and it's been able to be in existence for over 35 years is beautiful. But yeah, getting students accepted into physical therapy school, I think that was huge. Helping students get through physical therapy school, another huge thing. Helping them pass the exams, and then that transition into becoming a professional, like helping them
Hmm.
with that. That was like hugely, and then using AAPT to connect with APTA and bridging that gap. So now I want to talk about some of the pioneers and leaders. We're gonna just list off a couple of names. The first one, so that you guys can do a little bit of research, but also know like how important and significant these people were in the profession at the time.
Hmm.
So Leon Anderson Jr., he was the founding president of AAPT, and he also was the 16th physical therapist to become a 16th person to become a physical therapist in the state of Ohio, which I thought was like, what?
Crazy.
Right, mind blown. And then he was also the first Black person to be elected to the APTA board of directors, and so in addition to him, Dr. Lindra Woodruff. So I was not able to meet Leon Anderson Jr., but I do know his son, Leon Anderson III. I've been able to, talk with him and speak with him and just get to know him at some of the conferences, and super, super. I can't wait till you meet. I can't wait till you meet all these people. And then Dr. Linda Woodruff. When I say a trailblazer, pioneer, I was able to. I was so grateful that I got to experience her energy and just like how passionate she was for the profession. But
Hmm.
she also helped to establish the first APTA Advisory Council of Minority Affairs. So that one
Hmm.
was started before the AAPT. And
Hmm.
then she also established the Minority Scholarship Fund and the Minority Scholarship Award for Academic Excellence on the APTA level. And then there's a lecture in honor of her right now that
Hmm.
happens in Juneteenth. So that's coming up June 18th. That's
Hmm.
on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And she was just integral in education and starting physical therapy programs, helping students get through a lot. You will hear Woody babies, and those are just people who went through her programming. She established a program
Hmm.
before you get into physical therapy school. They would do a summer
Man.
program through
Prep you.
AAPT. And I'm just like, so in both of those that I just named, they were honored. There is a Leon Anderson and Linda Woodruff PT Heritage Room at the APTA building in Alexander, Virginia. And so, and that was presented in 2021. So those are two of the two pioneers. And then
Another three of our pioneers are still living legends to this day. So Beatrice Cooks, founding treasurer of AAPT. So it's funny to hear her story too, because she was already handling so much of the money. She might as well have been elected into that position as the treasurer. And that was in 1987. She's one of the co-founders of the Texas Network of Minorities. And that initially started as, like I was saying, those state groups just connecting and networking, wanted to do more in those spaces. She continues to mentor and is a longstanding member, active to this day. Again, the YouTube story was there. I was such a fan. I went and found her myself. I was like, I need to connect. This is before the meeting later. Robert Babb Jr., he is also one of the founders. He helped to incorporate the organization. And mind you, most of this happened that same day of the first initial meeting that they had. They were just getting all of this stuff together. So the incorporation was done, and he served as the president and treasurer for Illinois. Dr. Charlene Portier, also a charter member and the originator of our creator and the logo with that design. So we're always going to keep those colors, that's a generational thing to make sure that they understood, just like we do today, the red, the black, the green.
Yes.
And also the program director and the chair of the Alabama State University Physical Therapy Department. And these are the living legends still today.
And I just wanted to ask some of you and that are on, why do you think it's important to sustain the legacy and also create community and professional support? So what, if anybody would like to just share in the comments, like, what do you think the importance and significance of legacy is, and just continuing that history and legacy of those who started something so impactful in 1989 and just helped with, helping a lot of people get through as students and also transitioning into becoming physical therapists.
Mhm.
Anybody want to comment? If not, we'll keep going. We don't want to keep you guys too long. We want
This
this
is
to
the
be
first minute.
conversational. Exactly. We want this to be conversational, but we will continue this and have more guests on and just continue this going. Okay.
Continue to build. Oh, I love
Yes.
that one. Yes, continue to build community for years to come. That's the word, community.
Exactly. Community. And we need it more now than ever before. Yes. Representation for all of us. To never forget. I
Come
love
on,
that.
Mo. Come on, Mo.
Yes, yes. I'll actually revert back to the representation for all of us, because
Mm,
now on the board of directors, Lisa Van, who's the one I spoke about earlier, she is actually a board of directors. She's actually on the board of directors now for the APTA. Yep. To know your history. I agree. I agree.
like I said, a living legend in the comment section.
Yes, yes, yes. So yes, of course. And I think that to also not, repeat some of the same mistakes that happened in the past. Like, if they've done it already, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are plenty of people that, we can come from and access to help with some new things. The history of Shashura many. Yes,
The
yes.
cohorts, yeah. The
Mhm.
students are so important to them. And to me, as talked on it a tiny bit already, they were in a time where their applications were denied, and not denied because they didn't have the grades, not denied because they didn't have whatever it was that they wanted them to have, but denied because of how they looked. Getting to the point of getting to an interview and then understanding right then, because they saw your face and what you looked like, you don't belong in this program. That's what some of our founders went through. And so they're making sure that that doesn't happen to us. And not only in that arrangement of time, but even
Yeah.
today,
Yep.
even today.
Because even today, I graduated in 2018. That's not even 10 years ago. And I was the only Black person in my cohort. So yes,
I'm one of three.
exactly, we're still fighting. We're still fighting for it.
Mhm,
So I did want to share the AAPT's mission statement.
mhm.
And this has been since the existence. The American Academy of Physical Therapy is a not-for-profit organization whose mission is to provide relief to poor and disadvantaged African Americans and other minorities by promoting new and innovative programs in health promotion, health delivery systems, and disease prevention, encouraging minority students to pursue careers in allied health professions, and performing clinical research directly related to health conditions found within minority communities. So, one of the big things is, I want to read some of the comments here. Um, No, your history, I believe, is important to you. Yep. I also was the only one to graduate from my exactly same. So it's three of us now, the only one. And so it's like we have more work to do. And I think that's the biggest piece of AAPT. They were about the students in the past and making sure students get understand what physical therapy is. Exactly, Beatrice. That's exactly what I said. Exactly. It's so important for us to continue that legacy going forward, and that's what I want to. That's what I want us to just like hone in on as we, reach out and ask other people to be members of AAPT, because in the past there are opportunities, and because it's a nonprofit, there are opportunities for us to utilize the nonprofit in our respective states and go into schools and go into schools and facilities, high schools, middle schools, to teach what physical therapy is, to teach what health professions is. So, Kanasha, if you would like to add to kind of some ways that we could utilize, or even just like how
Mhm.
AAPT can be important.
Yeah, I think I'm very excited to even see what we'll do together, because now that we have so many ideas between ourselves. But the biggest thing that I learned from Beatrice, is even speaking to her and watching her talk about this program and what it is that we would really like to be doing when it comes to our students and just us transcending together, is talking about what it is at the connection of all of us together. So when we have all of these mentor meetings and all of the other students coming together, that's one thing. But another thing that gets to happen is when we come together for our meeting, our big conventions together. So coming together to not only discuss what's going on around us, but discuss what techniques we can use and how we can grow, and what's happening in your state. That is how we are going to be able to continue this going forward, and really hone in on what we need. So I don't know what they need until I get to talk to them more. My uncle says something so funny. He'll ask me how my cousins are doing, and he's like, "Oh, but did you talk to them?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, they fine. They texted me and all of those things, but it doesn't mean the same thing unless I talk to them, and then
Yes.
I can hear it in their voice. Are they fine? Do they need help?" And so the same way we do it together as a culture. I don't only want to discuss little things over social media or in text messages. I want to really be able to get in front of each other like this that we're doing right now and really talk to each other. How are you? Do you need help? And then I can hear that from your answer of is it, and hopefully you even just break down and want to help and get help. So it's like, oh, what do
Yes.
you need? How can you have that? So
Yes.
one, having these type of discussions where we get to actually sit here in front of each other and discuss it. What do we need? What does your program need? And then outside of that, we have this nonprofit that is so integral to APTA. Why aren't we as huge as we should be? Right. So it's going to be amazing to go ahead and take each school and remind them of who not just APTA is, but who AAPT is and how they can help, how they can be an ally, or how they can help students to know who we are and give back from there.
Yes. And just like one of the founders, I can't say this enough, because for her to still be here and for us to still have access to her, and her to still be practicing and still going to the conferences and still
She don't want
putting
to
herself,
retire,
no,
y'all.
to keep putting herself out there and just like giving herself to not only her clients but also to us, because we can be a level of support for these students and for these schools, and it's just a matter of making sure that they even know that we're here, and
Mhm.
know that the founders are here. When you have somebody who has been in the profession for this long, and it's not just her, you have clinicians that have been in this profession since the 70s, 80s, 90s. So, and they own businesses, like, and so and a lot of us are starting our own businesses and coming in, and it's like, we don't know what's going on. We doing this. We're first generation business owners, first generation healthcare professionals, and we don't have
Mhm.
to do this alone. We don't have to do it alone. And so I think that is hugely like what AAPT has offered me. I will go into a little bit more detail of how I got involved with AAPT.
Mhm.
So when I was a student, I told you I had a professor. She was my professor, Lisa Van Hoos. She was my mentor, professor. I could open door policy. I could just go in her room. And because I was the only Black person in my cohort, it was the most comforting, and just like
Mhm.
it was so needed when I was in school at the time. She actually graduated from the same school I graduated from, which was the University of Central Arkansas. And it was just, so she was the person that initially invited me into AAPT, because she's just, I'm talking boots on the ground in every way. Like she is like, she's involved. She just recently actually got a director of research position at Tufts. So like when I tell you she's been a director of physical therapy, she's been everything. And so then my current mentor, and who was the first person to give me my job as a physical therapist, Rob Tillman, and the current president of the AAPT, he came to my
Mhm.
class and spoke, and I was just like, a Black man physical therapist in Little Rock, Arkansas, which was only 30 minutes away from me. Like, who are you? And I think this is a point of note for young therapists. Don't be
Mhm,
afraid to just reach out to people. Don't be afraid to go shake their hands, message them, LinkedIn. I've heard conversations of people, somebody that I hope to get on sometime next month. Like he said that one of the guys reached out to him and he introduced them, put him in, and now he's doing exactly what he, wanted to do just off of that navigation system, that network that AAPT provides for Black therapists. And so
mhm,
that's how I got introduced from those two. And so when I did my clinical rotation with him, and then he offered me a position. I worked with him for 3 years before getting married and traveling with my husband. But I would have stayed with him and we would have been doing this together. But he was, and so I got involved then and went to
mhm,
conferences and got to meet more students and like got to be a part of that navigation system. And
mhm,
it was the first time I had ever experienced a conference of that just felt like community, like a family reunion.
mhm.
Like it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And
Mm,
so I wanted to flip the page on someone for you. Like, how did you get involved, and what made you want
mhm.
to get involved with AAPT?
And so time is funny because Lisa has also been integral on the side of mine. Lisa and Mika are integral because of this session that they do. The Ujima Institute would put
Hmm.
on like a monthly, like, hey, new grads and students, come here, let's talk, have community. Mika has amazing ways of having us calm down with some like mental awareness and mindfulness exercises and all of these things. And I learned about that. And I was like, oh, they are so integral here and giving me all this information. What else are they a part of? Right. I think we get in what we put in, right? We get back what we put in and things like that. So I looked them up. I wanted to know more about them. And the Ujima Institute had where AAPT listed at the bottom. So I'd seen it, but I hadn't been a part of it.
Hmm.
And something that's important, and I love one of the comments, as students, we don't have that comfort, right? We don't find that support. I look for that support, right? So if I see a Black person who looks like me, you can ask me, I was like, right away, you look like me. I want to know more.
I
Hello,
said
good to
the
see
same
you. Rooting for you. Hold on. Like, and that was at APTA. So that
thing.
was at the
Yes.
regular general convention. Anyone who looks like me, even my social media, when you go find them, I'm trying to find you. So that connection and what I wanted to do connected there. And then I saw this booth at APTA that had everything that I wanted. I was like, oh, that says AAPT, and they all look like me, and they are trying to get other people to know about this program. How can I go help them know more about this program? And outside of helping them push the mission, how can I become a part of that mission? So now being able to do this co-chair membership with you is amazing because that's all it feels like, a family reunion, but professional. It feels like having
Yes.
an HBCU in our professional world, right? Because we just get to connect and do all of these things. And so initially seeing you guys at the booth and then going and doing my research right that day. I went and joined the same day that I saw the booth. I went to the website, paid my dues, figured out when the next conference is. I'm registered. Come on. And then I just kept learning. I think you got to go find out for yourself. So I went to the website. I joined the Instagram. Like I just been doing the things to kind of be a part of it. And now I want everyone who I know to know about it, just so it's not me being the last one to join. The same as I would want for anyone else, just community wise. So I was like, okay,
Yes.
how is Lisa here and in your space? It's just crazy. I
That's why
want
I
that
said boots
for
on the ground everywhere.
everybody. I
Seeing
want to.
boots.
I just want to be them back. I think so much is
Yes.
good happened to me. Like I want to be Dr. Lisa and Dr. Mika to someone else, to the next student
Yes.
coming back, and like, oh hey, come join this. And how can we do
Yes.
more to spread that word?
Yes, I agree. Oh my gosh, that's it. That's exactly it. I had been traveling, literally. I had been traveling with my husband, doing travel therapy. Which, hey, Sydney, one of the other physical
What up,
therapists I was
Sid?
able to meet while doing travel therapy in Memphis, and so I think that. And so I was like traveling and just all over the place. And once we settled, I said, I have to get back involved with AAPT so that I can be this for somebody else. And so I can
Mhm,
really figure out how we can get back some of these programmings and get back some of these programs to help these students, or at least even just have conversations where we can show them that they have this involved. Because I just want to just note, like, at the current landscapes of physical therapy, Beatrice said it earlier. She was like, the same issues that they faced before, we're facing it now.
Mm.
Like, research is still not being done on minorities or on Black people. Like, we're still less than 5% of physical therapists. And when I went on these travel contracts in Memphis, Atlanta, all these different places, when I worked in Little Rock, like, the population was majority Black of who was being treated, but there was not. That was the first time when I was in Memphis. The first time they said it, that they've had two Black female therapists. And so many times I've heard from patients like, I've never had a physical therapist like this, or I've never had physical therapy like this. And I'm like, man, we have to keep pushing forward on making sure that people understand physical therapy, understand the value of physical therapy as well.
Hmm.
And I think that's the beauty of AAPT, is like, that's what this organization represents. Like,
It's
it,
automatic. It's already there.
yes, exactly. It's already in practice. It's already stuff that programming that they've had before, that we can implement them now. We just, as a community, as a generation, because I think generationally, we have to now pick up the torch. Like, it's time for us to. They're passing it, and we got to pick it up and carry that forward. So, if you want to add to that, let me know. Let me know what you think about, like, what do you think this next generation of PT leaders need from AAPT? Like, in the
Hmm.
comments, you guys can put in the comments as well. What do you guys need from a national organization like this? What do you guys think we need, to move this needle forward, and just to continue
Hmm.
to provide opportunities for the next generation?
Especially now that you know that we have it, and I think that was hitting the needle on the head of what we were thinking about with this, even with the title of our theme with all of this. We're the bridge, right? I think us in the middle, being, PTs that have been practicing for a little bit, we get to be in the middle, right? And trying to see that connection between our new grads and the people who are just starting off, but also the people who have been here and doing it for years, who have been a part of the preaching of all of this.
Yes, yes.
So we're bringing y'all together, and then finding a space for ourselves too, because we're in the middle, we got to make sure more people like us are ready to grab the torch and keep passing it along too. It's each one teach one.
Yes, yes, yes. So I wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about, some of the benefits of joining. One of the things that, I will say, was I got my first opportunity to speak, and actually do a continuing education course. I wanted to see this comment because I did ask a question. Educating
Yeah,
on
there it is.
beyond clinical leadership and decision makers.
Okay.
So, okay,
Campus visits.
I
Wow, that's nice.
I agree,
I love
and
quality.
I think that we, as in our own communities, we can take that. Like I said, AAPT, you can utilize and combine with AAPT, and just go and
Beatrice, you got to go
build
on
that.
tour. We got to go on tour. We got to go on tour
You can build that, but even if, like, just like me being in
within your
Tulsa,
space.
being in that particular space, going to these undergrads, going to high schools, even, and just as physical therapists and as physical therapy
Mm,
students, um, and then
okay.
so there are a few different opportunities in AAPT. So first one, like I said, I was able to get my first speaking, just speaking in general, on a webinar.
Hmm.
I think that's huge for young physical therapists, because we don't know how to become. We want to be speakers, we want to teach, we want to, do those things, but this may be the only opportunity that we get. And so getting a part of and establishing an organization like this, and this might be the first time you actually get to see a physical therapist that speaks. um,
Yeah.
and then also, it's a lot of business owners, and it's not
Hmm.
just, like, you have business owners in neuro rehab, you have business owners, Jonathan Henderson, you have business owners, just mobile business owners, Chanel
Hmm.
James, Leon Anderson is in Ohio, Rob Tillman in Little Rock, Renee Crater, Derek. But I mean, so many people who have started businesses, and you have that network. They are willing to mentor, willing to help
Hmm.
when they can, obviously, because the ones I named, some of them are getting up in age, and they've been doing this a while, and they've been mentoring a lot of people. And so, so that is also an option. Well, yes, yes. And Beatrice,
Yeah.
I want to invite you on to our next conversation,
Come on, V. Come on, V.
so that you can be, so you can help us with that. Like, help us with, help us with recognizing those people and the contributions they've made. Like we want to, this conversation continues. We're new. We're just trying to get the word out there and just trying to get people to know that AAPT exists. But we need your help. We need your help too. We need, this is a bridge from founding to now. We're trying to bridge that gap. So we would love to have those conversations and to recognize those members and have you on our next conversation. We'll talk more about that. And okay, so yeah, so I think that this is a good conversation starter. You only hear about Mary McGill. Oh, it's so many people. Oh my gosh, AAPT. Yes, YouTube. There's a web. I linked the website, so you can go to the website. It's like so many different things you can click on and different. You can learn so much about the founders. You can learn about the first people that were at the conference. It was about 60, I believe 60 to 80 people that were at that conference, the very first conference in Chicago. When they put all of it together, they have the list of those people, those names, those charter members on the website.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Be
explore the
interesting. I
website.
heard notes from that first meeting, and there was
Yes.
people who sent in money who weren't able to come, but it was just so many people who were a part of that first part of the movement. This website, all the details.
Yes, yes. The AAPT YouTube, like you just put in the comments, and then also the Dr. Linda Woodruff lectures from when they started. They have all those lectures up until 2025, and then 2026 will be happening June 18th. I just wanted to remind you,
Well,
it's online, it's free, and it has another Black physical therapist that will be speaking, and that's just other opportunities for you to see those people, reach out to those people, and so yeah. Um, any other thoughts? I love this. Oh, look at that.
oh, you love her.
Yes,
Can
yes,
I tell
I
y'all I
love
fangirl?
that.
I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna tell y'all, and this gonna be on the live too, so it's just gonna be saved. That's okay. When I got the YouTube from to me, I was like, okay, let me watch and learn. And then I watched all the way to the end, and Beatrice had the nerve to give us little PTs over here who just started her number on there and her Facebook. I said right away,
Yes,
this is Dr. Kanasha Grady. I am a fan. You are a living legend. I'm just glad you know me. I work in peds and PT. Like, just a quick little data note of it, of like,
yes,
please know that you're respected and encouraged and loved. So
yes.
that was really cool. And now she's in here commenting, and I'm just like, yo, y'all don't even know.
Yes, honestly, I feel you, because I feel that every time I go to, when conference is
Conference.
September in Charlotte, North Carolina. That is another opportunity for you to link and meet new therapy and meet other therapists. It is I'm talking family reunion. It's a good time. We always sit down, have conversations. You get to meet founders and charter members. Oh no, Kanasha got kicked off. Let me see if I can get her back on. But yes, this is it. I think this is a great conversation starter, and I think that we need to just continue having these conversations and continue push people in your class, people that you know. Akia, I believe that's your name. Thank you for joining. Love to have a student on, and if you want to, you can message me. You can whatever you need to do. If you want to talk, we can talk. I'm open. And then we're gonna go ahead and close, but I do thank you guys for coming, and I would encourage you guys to follow the AAPT and join this community, join this organization. It is beautiful. There are still members here that have been involved here since 1989, and we are here. We are open to listen, and we truly the next one we'll be posting it on our physical on our Instagram account and LinkedIn and Facebook pages. And I hope this was a good starter to get you guys to understand what AAPT is. And next we're going to have a founder on here. I'm going to get in contact with Beatrice, and we're going to get her to talk, because I think it's very important that we hear from our founders and we hear from our people that are still just integral in the profession. And yes, so thank you guys for joining, and I hope you guys have a great week and a happy Sunday. Oh, there you go, Kanasha. I was ending it, but I'm glad you
Come
came back.
on.
I'm glad you came back, but you can say your farewells and thank yous and all the
Oh
things.
yeah, oh yeah. I like that. The last thing we're always gonna say is always gonna be our closing statement, that we honor those who came before us by continuing to show up, serve, lead, and create opportunities for those coming behind us. All right. Thank you guys for being a part of the AAPT community.
Thank you. Y'all have a great week.